All right, everybody, hello. So this is going to actually be my very first reading. I've actually had a couple of my friends, coworkers want me to start doing reading for them. So I decided that, okay, I'm going to make a channel now and just kind of share my gift with everybody. So the sign that I'm going to start with first is going to be Aquarius. I actually do have a coworker that is Aquarian. I also have a friend that's Aquarian. So we'll get started with that, and I'll go ahead and explain all the different cards, kind of do my spreads here, and I'll explain, what every card means in detail and understand what's going on, explain it as best as I can, as well as use some oracle cards. So oracle cards basically kind of like give you a little bit more of a detailed thought that goes along with the tarot. But let's get started, and I'll show you guys what's going on for Aquarius. All right, so the deck that I like to use is my Bohemian Gothic deck. To me, I love Gothic art, so I really love the pictures on this deck. It's not one that's actually in print anymore. It's very hard to find in the standardized deck. I mean, you can still find the mini deck online, but if you're going to try to find these ones, you're going to be like paying like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I actually found this on eBay for like $120. So yes, it's like my most expensive deck, but I love it. All right, spirits, angels, and guides, what can you tell me for Aquarius? What is going on for them in this month of October? So we'll go ahead and cut the deck, and we'll get started. All right, so the very first card out is the Devil. So this is not a card to fear, but this is actually something that we do internally. A lot of times it's like something that we're doing that changes down. Could be addictions, could be something that doesn't really serve a purpose anymore, but for whatever reason, we're holding on to it. So if you have those type of thoughts where you're running back to maybe to go drinking, to cope with something that's going on in your life, could also be drugs, could also be, believe it or not, sex, those type of things is holding you down. And that's what's going on right now, like in your mind. For whatever reason, you can be dealing with something internally and you're going back to your old ways. Next one up is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords tells us to take a rest, to kind of like, take a step back, relax, basically gather yourself and kind of like, rejuvenate for the next, step in your life, basically. It can also represent some dreams coming on. Pay attention to the dreams that you have going on, because when we rest, what do we normally do? We dream, right? So there could be some dreams coming in for you that could probably have some messages. Maybe something that's going to be happening in the future or something like that. So pay attention to those type of dreams. All right, so the next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. So I didn't mention it with the Devil in this card, but these two cards are what they call in the major arcana. So this means this is something that's really, really strong, heavy energy that the spirits want you to pay attention to. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that luck is on our side, but it's also that things are kind of moving. Think of it like destiny. So whatever's going on in your life, there's a purpose for it. And the best way to kind of, to ride that wheel is just try to stay in the middle. So try and look for that balance, everything that's going on in your life, staying right in that center, or maybe being centralized, you're going to be better off. But this means that the luck is on your side. So it can mean like, maybe some spiritual guides, somebody's like watching your back, having somebody right there for you, right? So the Wheel of Fortune gives us that type of luck. But this is also, like I said, this is a card of destiny. So if you feel like something's going around, moving around, it's probably because there's a purpose for it. And also sometimes the Wheel of Fortune can also mean something from your past can also be coming in. So if you feel like some nostalgia going on and like, yeah, I kind of think of these thoughts or remember these thoughts, well, that could be it, So the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, is a good card. Also, if you also have any questions about anything going on in your life right now, this card usually always represents yes. So pay attention to that, So there's, like I said, there's anything that you've been questioning lately, well, here's your answer. And like I said, this usually always means yes. All right, so the Queen of Cups is the next card. So this is actually supposed to be something from your past here. I know I'm not really explaining the spread really well. I apologize for that. But like I said, this is my first time, so be patient with me, you guys. But this is the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups have to do with emotions. So it could be something that you're feeling like love like that. It could be something that you're attracted to. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's a female. It could be also male. But somebody's coming into your life could be bringing some message of love to you, or you can be dealing with some emotions right now that are heavy. And I feel like the Queen of Cups, well, you want to be somebody that's smart about that. Pay attention to how you're feeling emotionally, you know, because you could always learn from something, right? The Queen is like, I'd say somebody that is, like I said, usually somebody that we're attracted to. So pay attention to if there's anything like that. Maybe some new people coming into your life. Maybe this is somebody you already know. Maybe you could already be attracted to somebody. But this person right here is from your past. So it could be something from your past that you used to be so connected to. So if you're feeling something going on with here in your heart, like that, yeah, that Queen of Cups could be the reason. All right, so the next card we have is the Fool. So the Fool tells us to take that leap of faith. So if there's any type of like new beginnings or any type of new thing that you're trying to start, new projects, something else in life, a new hobby, anything like that, the Fool tells you to go ahead and take that leap. Go ahead and actually, do it. And as you see, it looks like this person, I don't know if you can really tell in the card, he's about to fall off that building that he's landing on, that ledge. So you would think, well, you're going to fall off, you're going to hurt yourself, right? No, you're going to land on your feet. The Fool is going to land always on their feet. So what that means is that anything that you're trying to think about doing, like I said, making that step, taking that giant leap of faith, you're going to land on your feet and it's going to be okay. So you're going to have everything that you pretty much want happen for you, and it's going to be, great. But this is also the very first card in the major arcana. In fact, this card actually is number 0. So a lot of people tend to think of it, this is not like, an actual number, but a whole like start of everything, So like I said, a new beginning, if there's anything that you're trying to do right now, any plans to start anything new, like I said, job, ventures, hobbies, anything like that, well, it's probably going to be, work out for you. So go ahead and take that leap of faith. Go ahead and make that, risk and take it. All right, so we got the Two of Swords. So this is actually supposed to be in your outcome. So this can mean that you're coming to this kind of like crossroads in your life where you got to make a decision. But you see, I don't know if you can really tell in here, but she's blindfolded. So this is usually your traditional Two of Swords. We have that blindfold over here trying to make a decision, and you don't really know which way to go. However, Two of Swords also swords have to do with communication. So it could be like maybe you want to talk to some people about these ideas that you have, or, try to get some information about making that choice. But you're coming to this crossroads in your life. If there's anything that you're, like I said, again, thinking about doing or something like that, well, you're coming to this point where you got to make that decision. And although you may feel like you don't actually know, a lot of times when we have this blindfold, what it also is telling us to do is use your intuition, use your gut feeling about making this choice. What is your first instinct? And then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and make that choice with whatever you're feeling. So the next card I'm going to pull is actually supposed to be something that you're doing like internally for like yourself. So let's see what we got. The Four of Wands. All right. So the Four of Wands could be telling you that there could be somebody in your life that's what we usually like to tend to call in the tarot a twin flame. So let me explain what that means. Everybody can have like what they feel like a soulmate, somebody that you're just so connected with that you were in love with, right? But twin flame, in my opinion, is a little bit stronger than that. It's usually somebody that that almost shares exactly the exact same stuff as you. Hence the word twin. They could be going through the exact same stuff as you. It's almost like your doppelganger in a way, if that makes sense. Finding something that has almost exactly the same stuff as you, but you're so attracted to them. because you have shared past lives before with them. If you believe in past lives, that is. So you've been this person before. This person just seems so familiar to you. You could have had dreams with this person, but yet have never met them yet. But now they could be coming into your life. The Four of Wands also tells us about marriage. So it could also be that you're having a relationship right now that's going to be going to the next level. So that's usually what this means as well. Doesn't have to mean twin flame, but if you feel like that, understand that, hey, this is something that you've met before. And like I said, something that you're so connected to. The other thing about twin flames that's really interesting is if you happen to be dating somebody else, you always go back to your twin flame, usually in some shape and form. It's like a magnetic connection that you cannot break. So no matter who you're with, you can marry somebody, have kids with them, whatever. If you do have a twin flame person in your life, somehow or another, you're always going to be thinking about them. And to be quite honest, they're going to be thinking about you too. It's like I said, they have those type of like mirror images, things going on. It's like your life is mirroring one another. So in other words, like you have the exact same type of life. So pay attention to that. But the Four of Wands at least means that you have some type of relationship coming that's going to be going to the next level. All right. So this is supposed to be things that are going on, like, outside influences. So let's see what we have for you guys. The King of Cups. All right. So like I said, with the Queen of Cups, this could be somebody, again, bringing you some love here. This is usually called the King of Love. Kings have to do with being the top of their suit, and cups have to do with like water. So your emotions, your energy, things like that. Something that makes your heart, expand and go bump, 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 and all that type of feelings, right? So, King of Cups. So this could mean that somebody that is really, really lovely, in your life, something like that, or there's a love is going to be going around. But the thing is, kings also know how to synchronize all that. So in other words, they know how to put all those emotions together and put it out there, and knows how to like actually deal with emotion, knows all the things that you have to do about love, maybe saying the right words, showing the expressions, public affections, all that, things like that. This could also be someone that's super freaking attractive and hot, something that you just like loves to death. So the King of Cups is in your influence, out there in the influence for you. So if you feel like, again, anybody coming your way, you had that Four of Wands there. So who knows? It could be somebody new coming into your life, or somebody from your past where you're feeling really, really strong to and really, really in love with. All right, so this is supposed to be your hopes and fears. So it's whatever one resonates with you. And what I mean by the word resonate is take it however you feel. So if I'm telling you that this is this way or that way and you don't completely agree with it, take it the way that makes you feel like it's best. Also, you can look at the card yourself and kind of feel like and say, hey, I think it's like maybe more like this. Maybe I feel like I'm this person. I know, like, I'm sorry, like my camera's not the best. I'm using like my laptop, so the pictures of the cards might not be the best, but I apologize for that. But I'm trying to let you guys know what I'm seeing and what I'm showing here. So hopefully, in my next video, when I get some things connected, I can get a better camera and make a better video. But for right now, let's see what we got for you guys. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles. So Pentacles have to do with all about your value. A lot of times people think of it too because they look at it and they say coin, so they think money. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. The Page of Pentacles could be you're dealing with somebody that's younger than you. Pages are young people. So it could be something that you're in love that could be younger, that can be age difference. But the Page of Pentacles usually tells us that this person is somebody that likes to study a lot, takes education really, really strong, studying things about, that's very important to them. So if you happen to be working on something, some type of project, like we had a lot of these cards before, and I think a lot of them, like I was telling you guys, if you're starting something new, something like that, well, maybe taking some step back and actually doing the work and studying. Could also be that you're a little bit nervous and scared about whatever you're working on, if it's going to work out for you. So if you're going back to school or something like that, or anything like that, or like I said, maybe starting something new in a job, you could be a little bit worried here. That's where that hopes and fears comes in. But however, like I said, the page is really, really about learning something. So this usually has to do with somebody that is very extremely smart and intelligent. So I feel like if you are this person right now, or if you know somebody like this, you could be attracted to somebody that's also highly educated. Maybe you want somebody to come in that's going to have their, smarts, or going to be college educated. Maybe can actually, help you, with the money situation. Maybe you want somebody that can like bring the bacon in, that type of thing. But if it's not that, think about it as the other way I said. You could be going back to school, you're studying hard, but you're worried about whether or not it's going to work out. I have to say, I feel like it's going to. I really do feel like it's going to work for you, Because a lot of these cards I'm seeing right now for Aquarius, I've seen, hey, looks like some good stuff is coming your way. All right, so this very last card I have is what we call the final outcome. So this is what's supposed to be something that's going to happen for like everything like now. So we're looking for this month of October, right? So let's see what's going to be your final outcome here, Aquarians. Let's see what we got for you. All right. So we got the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, a lot of people tend to think of this as like a nightmare card. Sometimes, having those dreams where that seem to be stuck in our mind and keeping us up at night can also represent anxiety, feeling really nervous and scared, of the unknown. But nines and the tarot also have to do with completion. So this can be something that's coming to an end. But if you're having those nights right now, if you feel like you've been staying up all late, or you just wake up in the middle of the night and like maybe having night sweats or whatever, maybe some night terrors, understand this is going to come to an end. But this is also can represent that you may need to pay attention to some of them. Like I think we had the Four of Swords for you earlier. So like I was saying, that Four of Swords, there can be some dreams coming in when we sleep. Again, this can also be a card of dreams. So you may want to pay attention to what's going on for you. There's anything that you've been wishing upon or maybe praying upon or anything like that, hoping that maybe something will happen, some good luck coming your way. Well, it might be a good idea to go ahead and pay attention to those dreams. What I like to also try to do sometimes when I'm having those type of dreams where I just understand what's going on, maybe write them down. Because a lot of times we forget them and we're like, damn it, I don't remember what happened, So writing them down, maybe having some type of dream journal could be a good thing. But I do sense that, maybe some people could be a little bit nervous about things going on. Like I said, it could be like that Page of Pentacles. You can be trying to start something new, some new things coming in. It could be like the Fool. You're trying to, take a leap of faith, trying to make the decision of what to do. Maybe going back to school, something else in your life. Maybe it could be starting a new relationship, friendships, whatever, So they could be keeping you up and you're just nervous about it. But understand, it's going to come to an end eventually. And you may get some more like clarity of actually what is going on for you. Let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. I always like to look at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what we got. All right, so we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles tells me that this is maybe something that you're trying to look for with some even give and take. We call it reciprocity in the tarot. So you could be maybe possibly looking for somebody that is going to be, in the same mindset as you, could also looking for receiving something in the same way. You might be putting some love out there and you wanted to come back to you. It could also be with money as well. Maybe something you're, putting in, you're wanting to receive back. So maybe if you're like, investing, making some investments right now, or you're trying to like maybe do the stock market or whatever, you're playing that money, you're hoping for that return back. So that's what the Six of Pentacles has to do with. It can also mean balancing a little bit as well. But, if you look at it too, also what I like to tell people is like, if you look at the card, maybe see what's going on as well. See what you resonate with. So in this case, when I'm looking at this card, if I want to explain a little bit more for you guys, you can see this guy looks like he's giving a coin to the woman and the child. So it's almost like he's about to leave the woman and the child, right? So maybe in your life too, for some of you, some of the Aquarians out there, maybe you feel like somebody left you, or like maybe you put so much more in this relationship but you never got anything back from it. Like maybe in some cases too, maybe somebody may have like told you, you're too good for me, I don't deserve something like you, and they push you away. but you were hoping that they were going to stay right there and be with you, right? Give that love back that you're having for them. It may or may not resonate with you all, but that's what something I can tell you. So that's if you're trying to also get into tarot yourself, I would say look at the cards and see what resonates with you. See it, because maybe what I'm telling you may not feel at all. That's okay. And understand that every tarot reader is going to be a little bit different. So never feel like you have to 100% believe everybody. Do your own readings if you want to, or even when you're going to get a reading from somebody, look at the card yourself and see what you see. Use that gut feeling, that intuition. What is it telling you? And usually I can guarantee you're not going to be wrong because it's your own personal feeling to it. All right. So what I also like to do in my spreads, I always like to pick 5 cards. I like to say that the Spirit's top 5. And these are cards that there's like they want you to pay attention to, some other information that's going on for you. So let's see what your top 5 cards are, Aquarians. We got the Hermit. So the Hermit can also be Virgo energy. I know I haven't explained the cards as far as like the Zodiac sign and all that. I'll do that next time. But I'm just going to let you know this is Virgo energy. So maybe you could be dealing with somebody that's a Virgo, possibly, maybe not. But the Hermit usually has to do with doing some self-work. It could be that you're isolating yourself right now. Could be you're trying to like go to, seek some guidance on things. Could also be that you're using your own intuition, your own thoughts about what to go. You're trying to find, what's path to go. If you see he has that lamp, so think of it as like you're going somewhere, you're journeying your own life path. But this is something you're doing usually on your own. So this is something that you're following yourself. So like I said, you could be working on something that's very, very important to you. And this is another major arcana. So again, what that means is like something extremely strong, very, very strong energy. So the spirits are trying to tell you to pay attention to this. All right. So your second card here is Aquarians. This is the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands has to do with burdens. It can be feeling very, very burdened right now. It could also be that you're taking on too much things right now to where you feel overwhelmed. But again, with the tens can represent end of a cycle, completion. So you're done with it. So eventually these burdens are going to go away. But if you feel like right now that something's going on in your life and you're carrying too much, it's possibly because you have this burdens going on here. It can also mean maybe, taking on too much in life. Maybe you might have some friends going on through some crap right now, whatever. Maybe your family's going through some crap right now and you're trying to carry it all and it's a big monkey on your back. But eventually all that stuff is going to go away and you're going to be okay. You're going to go on with your life, whatever. So burdens don't necessarily have to be a bad thing. But if you feel like this right now, understand it's going to come to an All right. So your third card, this is Justice. So this can be if you are dealing with anything legally right now. Could be going through a divorce, could be legal separation, could be child support, trying to deal with like where your children are going, whatever like that. Or simply, it could mean balance. Justice is a card for Libras. Libras happen to be the scales, if you remember that from the Zodiac. If you don't, well, now you know. So it could be dealing with something going on in your life where you're trying to find balance. It can also represent maybe you may have been in a part of your life where you felt unjust, like somebody like took advantage of you, and now you're trying to find somebody that's not going to do that, right? You want somebody that's going to be, like the best person for you, that's going to really take care of you. But understand, if you don't understand, if this isn't going on, if you don't feel like, hey, I don't have any legal things, I'm not getting divorced, I'm not like, well, remember, this could simply also just mean that you're trying to find a period of balance in your life. So whatever you're trying to juggle, whatever's going on right now, you're trying to find that equilibrium where everything's just going to be okay. You don't have to, a lot of worry is what I'm kind of getting from the spirits right now. So you're not worrying about anything. You're just going to go with the flow in life. All right. So, card number 4 here that we got for you. This is the Page of Swords. So, another page. Could be you're dealing with somebody younger than you. Again, it could be an age difference. The page, sometimes we like to say this is a person that can make some reckless decisions. You might not think logically. But remember, swords also have to do with communication, like I think I told you guys before. So it could be learning how to communicate. Could be an issue right now, or could be somebody could be bringing you some some missions. I'm sorry, some messages is what I was trying to say. Messages coming your way. But pages again, this has to represent learners. They're the ones that like to, be studious and like are studious. I'm sorry, studious. And so maybe could possibly be, like I said, it could be some messages coming in that you're learning from, how to learn how to communicate with somebody. Somebody could be coming back into your life where they want to communicate with you. The Page of Swords can also represent somebody spying on you. So somebody could be paying attention to your social media. Again, that's communication, right? Someone can be stalking you right now, trying to check you out. Somebody that's really interested in you, wanting to know what's going on, things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a complete, scary person per se, but it could be someone that may just be super interested in you right now and they're checking you out. They're like, hey, I want to go with this Aquarian. I think she's really cool or he's really cool, whatever. So if you feel like maybe somebody's been watching you or maybe possibly somebody's coming into your life, that can explain it right there. All right, so your last cards, Aquarians. Let's see what we got for you. The Nine of Pentacles. All right. So if you remember me telling you, Pentacles has to do with something that we value. So the Nine of Pentacles, usually traditionally in this card, I think this card has it. You might not be able to see it. There's usually a bird. So birds are messengers, right? But in the Nine of Pentacles, usually what this is representing, that bird is bringing everything to you. So if you feel like, you've been happy or you feel like, maybe everything's kind of going your way, maybe money-wise, you've been doing well, you maybe got some money coming in, things like that. Or maybe just, again, like since it's something of value, maybe it's just maybe some like thing just going really well in your life. Well, that's because everything's being brought to you. Everything's coming to you that you could possibly want. So the Nine of Pentacles is a really, really good card to end up with here in the end of your spread, Aquarian. So this means that somebody's like looking after you. That's what I'm also feeling, and they're bringing you some good joy. They're bringing you some abundance. So, pay attention to things like that. If you see something coming in, hey, who knows? Maybe it could be, like I said, it could be money, could be some, even though this is Pentacles, it still represents something of love, something that you just really, really strongly value that's coming your way. All right. So let's get a couple little oracle cards. So like I said, oracle cards have to do with like just giving you a little bit more of an idea or thought of what's going on. With tarot, kind of gives you a little bit of like a personal touch is what I like to say. So we'll do the Halloween since it's like the month of October, right? Appropriate. So we'll see what we got for Aquarians here for this month of October as far as the Halloween oracles are going on. All right, the Witch. Interesting. So it says, the earthly weaver of the worlds. So witches, think about it. This could be, again, maybe you've been having some dreams, some thoughts. Think of what witches are, A lot of people used to tend to go to witches to kind of like ask for like spells, right? Ask for knowledge of things they didn't know. Could also be like a tarot reader, right? Somebody giving you some ideas of how the future is supposed to come. But it says the weaver of the world. So think of it as maybe some spirituality as well. Witches have to be bad people. There might be some negative thoughts about it. Some people think, with religion and everything like that. But I can understand, you may want to be away from witches. But the thing is, I feel like with this card, Aquarians, I feel like it's saying that you have some power in you. And you may be what we like to say sometimes manifesting. So manifesting is like you're putting your intentions out there in the universe. You could be wishing, praying, to God, universe, whatever you want to, your higher power, your spirits, guides, your animal guides, whatever you want to say to help you. So think of witches in that sense. I feel like there's a lot of energy here. And I know that just to give you guys a little bit of some trivia or some fun facts, if you want to say, on the 13th of October, we're going to have the full moon of Aries. Aries is passionate fire energy. So that's kind of interesting because when you see that witch card again, you see all this fire, all this passion. So I feel like you guys could also be manifesting what you want. You could be dreaming about some things, or you've been praying, wanting something to happen, and you're the witch. So you're like that magician. You have the ability to make it happen. You can, like it says, weaver of the worlds. You can create your own world, create it the way you want it to be. Make everything that you want right now better. So let's get another one. Let's see what we got for you. So I feel like this is really good. All right, it's the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So what I get from that, where all things pause and begin again. This could mean that you're going through some type of transformation. It's what I'm getting from the spirits and what I'm feeling from this card. Again, take it the way you want to take it. But I'm sensing here that you guys could be going through something in your life to where now things are going to be better. Like a complete, renewal, rebirth, rejuvenation, whatever word you want to use here. But I'm sensing something's coming your way and it's going to change everything. So if you feel like right now things are going and crappy, whatever, understand that something's going to be better. It's going to like knock you off your feet, and it's just going to be a complete renewal, and it's going to erase all the bad stuff away. So if you have any kind of like worries right now, I feel like you shouldn't, because eventually you're going to go through this change, and it's a change that I feel like is meant to happen, but it's going to bring something better for you. All right. Let's get a couple more oracles here while we got this going on. I'm getting really excited for you guys here. So this is my vampire oracle deck. Again, trying to go with that month of October. So, why not do some vampires? Burnt by the sun. Ambition, extension, reach. Burnt by the sun. All right. So I'm almost getting the sense that maybe somebody could be putting too much into something where it didn't work out the way you wanted to. Hence that, you got burnt. That feeling. But sometimes, again, like we were saying with that full card, taking a leap of faith or believing in yourself that something can happen is not a bad thing. But understand sometimes being too ambitious or, trying to overextend yourself may not always be the greatest thing. Like we had the 10 of wands for you was that burdens, right? So being too ambitious is what I'm getting sense of this card. Be very careful with overdoing things, taking on too much. It's okay to be ambition, it's okay to, to have this feeling that you can do everything, or, and maybe trying to help everybody out. But understand that sometimes we can overextend ourselves, we can reach out too much, and yet, now we're burnt, so now we really didn't really help the situation very well. All right. Death rights. So again, I don't know if with that underworld card, this is death. A death in the tarot, anything that has to do with death, it's not necessarily mean that you're going to die. A lot of people get that type of like negative type of thought in their mind. Oh my God, I'm going to die. No. Death usually represents transformation. So this card says saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives. So it could be that you're letting go of somebody. Could be saying you could be kicking somebody out of your life, or whatever, you're coming to this realization that whatever is going on, you don't need it no more. Kick it to the side. You're going to be going through a great renewal, a great new start, a new beginning, to where these things that you have going on right now are not going to serve a purpose anymore. And it also says honoring lives. So what I'm getting from that too is maybe somebody that could be, out of your life right now, maybe could be watching over you, honoring lives. Because I feel like in some cases, even though we die, our loved ones in some shape and form still stay with us. They can still be around us. They're still looking after us, from heaven, whatever you want to say. They're with you. So honoring those lives, understanding like that may make death not really be that scary. So understand that in this card, since I'm seeing that word honoring lives, I'm sensing that from the spirits that maybe somebody can also have some like ancestral, help going on, or maybe for some of you out there, like I said, somebody from you know the heavens are just looking after you, taking care of you, which is definitely really a really great thing, to know that you have your loved ones still on your side. All right. So this oracle deck that I'm going to use is called Universe Has Your Back. So I like this. I like this deck here because I feel like it lets you know that, hey, somebody's got you. Somebody's looking after you. So let's see what we got. All right. So this says, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Maybe you've been going through something with somebody that, you don't know how it's going to, turn out. Maybe somebody from the past, or maybe past relationships, didn't go the way you wanted to. You're worried about putting yourself back out there. You're worrying whether or not it's going to happen. But what I'm getting from the spirits is it's safe for you to love again. Believe in love again. Understand that you deserve love no matter who you are, whether you're a guy that loves a woman, a girl that loves a woman, a guy that loves another guy, whatever, maybe a girl that loves another girl, whatever. Love is meant for everybody is what I'm feeling. At least is what I believe. So the moment that you realign with it, I feel like you're gonna see things clearer. When you get back on your feet and you learn to trust again, learn to love again. If you're going through anything like this, if this doesn't resonate to you, that's okay. Throw it out the door. But if you feel like what I'm saying to you is something that you're really experiencing right now, understand that as soon as you start going back and trusting again, something's going to happen. And I feel like you're going to see things clearer. You're going to see this might be a person for you. This could be your soulmate. It could be your twin flame. It could be somebody that, is going to do you right this time around. That's what I'm sensing. All right, Aquarians. So let's do one last thing. I have another tarot deck I'm going to use. I'm only going to have major kanas. I'm sorry that I didn't explain, so I'm going to explain it right now before we end this little video here. So your major arcanas go from 0, I believe, to 21 or 22. I can't remember. Even though I've been doing tarot for a while. I'm sorry. I don't remember exactly. I forget. I'd have to look at it. Let me see. $21. Okay. I know I've been doing tarot for a while, but somehow or another I don't really pay attention as much as I need to. Probably the spirits probably get mad for me about later, whatever. But we have 21, so think of it like blackjack, right? 0 to 21. All right, so major arcanas have to do with something of importance. That's just major energy. This is something that really focus on. So I would say really, really pay attention here to whatever energies you could be picking up. Although I've been doing this for Aquarians, I didn't mention this before. Um, this actually may still resonate with other people, other zodiac signs. You may feel some of the stuff is going on. This is tarot. That will happen sometimes. Don't understand that you have to always do everything by the zodiac. No, it doesn't matter if you're Aquarian or not. It doesn't matter if you don't have it in your chart. If you want to do that, there's different type of little websites and things you can go to and see, you know, more about your zodiac and more about the astrological effects going on for you. But we're going to do, this is the Halloween tarot. So again, going to that month of October, I'm going to pick out a couple card here for you. This is going to be the overall energy and something that the spirits want Aquarians to know for this month of October. All right, spirits, angels, and guides, let's close this up for Aquarians. What we got going on for them? What is the overall energy? What's something they can take away from here? All right. Strength card. So, you could, like I said, you could be going through some stuff right now. You could be going through some tough times, but the spirits want to know you can hold on to it. You have the strength. You can also, this card can sometimes also represent if you're having any type of like feelings that, could be making you like act wild, wanting to act out, wanting to lash out, to kind of like tame them. Usually, if you can see in this tarot card, you see the woman's trying to like close the lion's mouth, or a lot of times in the tarot, you may even see this woman actually put her head or maybe even her arm into the lion's mouth. So that's that total trust, right? You're trusting that lion not to attack you or to eat you. So it's learning to tame those inner feelings that we have inside that may be having us some doubts, be causing some issues and problems. But understanding you have the strength to get through just about anything. You can get back up on your feet again and understand that, that willpower, that thing it's you. You have it. All right. So I hope you liked this very first reading. I apologize if it wasn't quite the best. Hopefully in the next couple of readings I do, things will get better. I'm hoping that maybe I can eventually get an even better camera so the pictures will be a little bit better for you. You can actually see my spread and actually see my tarot cloth and all those type of things. What I'm going to try to do too is I'm going to be open for questions. So if anybody wants to like personally wants to know some things, going on for them, things like that, if I have the time to answer it, I will do it. I'm also going to hopefully do some personal readings for people because people want to do, or they want me to do readings for them. So I will try to open up that as soon as I can and see what I can do to schedule. But since I'm in the military and things like that, it's going to be a little bit hard. I work all the time, so we'll see what we can do. But hopefully everybody kind of enjoy this. I will look forward to doing some more videos and stay tuned. I hope you guys do. And definitely, if you liked it, I don't even care if you want to give me some negative comments, whatever you want to do. Anything's going to help me, but I want to help you as much as I can to anybody that wants to know about tarot. I probably will do a couple of videos about, for beginners and things like that, because I'm actually still a beginner myself, and try to see if I can help people that want to get into this, or if you just want to know in general, some more about tarot and just want to talk about it, whatever like that. So hope you stay tuned to my channel and look forward to some new things. All right, you guys, appreciate you being here. Let's catch you next time.